Genprex is a clinical stage gene therapy company, and they're currently focused on developing life-changing therapies for cancer and diabetes in particular. And with me is Rodney Varner, the CEO of Genprex. Great to have you here and hear about the company.
Well, thank you. Thanks very much for the opportunity to be here. It's great to be here.
So let's talk about Genprex, your vision. What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, what we're trying to do is to bring leading edge gene therapies to bring hope and extend life for patients with serious diseases in large patient populations. Initially, in our cancer program, our target is lung cancer, which has a very large number of patients, over 200,000 a year in the United States alone, over 1 million worldwide. And of course, lung cancer, particularly late stage lung cancer, is a very serious disease with limited treatment options for patients. So we're trying to bring them additional treatment options. And similarly with diabetes, our diabetes program is earlier, it's preclinical, but of course, around 10% of the population of the United States has diabetes. And of course, we all know that in later stages, it's very serious.
Yes.
So that's our goal and our mission, is to bring hope to these patients and to extend and better their lives.
Yeah. What are the therapies like? Are these pills, or can you describe those?
No, what we use in our initial therapy, which is called Recorsa gene therapy, this is for lung cancer. We use a DOTAP cholesterol molecule. It's a lipid nanoparticle molecule that encapsulates a tumor suppressor gene. We all have tumor suppressor genes within our bodies, and their job is to fight cancer. So we encapsulate this gene, we inject it by IV into the body. It circulates throughout the bloodstream and attaches to tumors and targets them over other cells. And so we're supplementing or replacing deficient tumor suppressor genes and basically restoring the body's ability to fight cancer.
That's fascinating. Yeah, it's really amazing, that the science and what you're able to do. And how is Genprex different, would you say, in terms compared to other biotech companies, and how you're trying to commercialize these treatments?
Okay, well, good question. First of all, we're using a different approach, as I just described to you, with this using a lipid nanoparticle system to deliver tumor suppressor genes to cancer. We're not aware of anyone else who's doing that. We have 2 ongoing clinical trials, so this is not theoretical. We've done 2 prior clinical trials as well, but we have 2 ongoing clinical trials, one combining our gene therapy with Keytruda, which is Merck's largest selling drug, sales of, I think, around 17 billion a year. The other clinical trial is combining our drug with Tagrisso, which is AstraZeneca's largest selling drug, with sales of around 5 billion a year. And we have 2 FDA fast track designations, one for each of these drug combinations in clinical trials. So in order to get a fast track designation, the FDA has to find that the drug has a potential to be a benefit over existing therapies in a particular patient population. And we got that finding for these 2 clinical trials with these large selling drugs. So 2 FDA fast tracks, ongoing clinical trials with data expected relatively soon, and combinations with the largest selling drugs in lung cancer. And let me note that we're not attempting to take market share from anyone. We're additive. Our drug is synergistic with immunotherapies and targeted therapies like Tagrisso, so that if you add ours, the proposal is that we'll get a better patient outcome by adding our drug, and thus we should improve the sales of those drugs as well.
Yeah, that's kind of fascinating that you even discovered that it worked to put it with another drug, and then found out that it actually is more effective that way. What was that process like?
Well, this was done at MD Anderson Cancer Center, which where we licensed the technology, and nearly all of the research on our cancer program to date has been done there.
Okay, so you've got the fast track designations, the clinical trials going on. I mean, how does given an ideal situation, how does the rest of this year look for you?
Well, we believe that we'll complete enrollment in our phase 1 clinical trial with Tagrisso this year and be announcing phase 1 results. We believe that we'll complete enrollment in the trial with Keytruda by the first quarter of next year and be announcing data on that. We've also recently announced that we've added small cell lung cancer to our pipeline. Now, just to give you a little more background, we, for a decade or more, we've been working in non-small cell lung cancer, which is about 85% of lung cancers. Small cell lung cancer is about 14% of lung cancers. And small cell is very difficult to treat. There are only a handful of drugs approved for it. And for patients with late stage that can't be cured by surgery, there aren't many alternatives. Mm-hmm. So the scientists found that our drug should be successful with small cell lung cancer as well. So we've added that to our pipeline. We're addressing almost 100% of lung cancer, which is a truly huge market with large unmet need. Now, let me switch just for a minute to our diabetes program. I tend to spend most of my time on the cancer program because it's much more advanced, but the diabetes program is based on research from the University of Pittsburgh, Dr. George Giddes there, who's a well-known expert in diabetes. And it's preclinical, but it's quite interesting. And we believe that there will be additional findings from the University of Pittsburgh research that probably will be available to announce this year.
Okay, well, it's great that you're doing this research, and I'm sure I wish you the best of luck in all your trials and hope they reach their goals for not just you, but also for the people that are afflicted by these. So